The piece you just heard is Aloha, a traditional, well, kind of not really traditional, but an old tune put together by Leigh Collins, who wrote some lyrics, and Maddy put the music together. Very common tune done at hula shows. Many hulaus dance to this and put together beautiful, well, hula is just beautiful in general. So, but we have a lesson together on this now at Totally Guitars that takes you, it's in open G tuning, so I've got my 6th string tuned down to D, my 5th tuned down to G, and my 1st tuned down to D, giving us an open G chord known as Taro Patch Tuning in Hawaiian lore. And it keeps a steady alternating bass going, it plays a very simple melody. So one of the first things you could do is just get a feel for how to play the 3 main chords in the song. We play a G chord, just open. We play a D7 chord, similar to a normal D7, but leaving the 1st string open and using the 6th string in the bass. And those are the 2 main chords. It goes back and forth between G and D7, back to G. Stays on the G again. Goes to an A chord by making a bar at the 2nd fret and hitting the 5th string in the bass, back to the D7. So you could get started on this song by just working on that chord progression. G, D7, stays on the D7 for another measure, back to G, another measure of G, to A, bar at the 2nd, back to our D7, and back to G. And then a little vamp, which is done with notes at the 7th and 9th frets on the 3rd string and the 1st string. So I'm at the 7th fret of the 3rd string, adding the 9th fret up on the top, and I'm actually doing this with my 2nd and 4th fingers so that I can slide them down to the 5th and 7th and hear that little sliding sound that's so typical of slack key. And then sliding in from the 4th fret of the 1st string up to the 5th to finish it up while I land on a G in the bass. Anyway, I know that's not enough detail probably to get this started, but the lesson is very involved and covers all that kind of stuff. So if you'd like to see the lesson on Aloha or many of the other slack key tunes that we have, they're all available as part of the Target program now at Totally Guitars. Of course, lots of other kind of cool rock and blues tunes and stuff like that, all acoustic guitar oriented. And a lot of lessons in our free channel too, the TG Free Lessons channel here at YouTube, and also any tab or attachments that those lessons would need are available in the free section over at Totally Guitars. So a lot of cool stuff there, but the Target program is where all the really heavy duty stuff is. So if you're kind of looking for more intermediate and advanced direction in your guitar playing, come visit us at Totally Guitars.